Okay. Let's get started. I'm going to do two things. I won't be coding much, if any. I'm going to demonstrate at least how I create live stream notes using org mode, Emacs org mode, and org static blog. And I'm also going to turn my phone off. There. Okay. I'm also going to turn my phone off. So I'll demonstrate how that works. I have some text to get started on the right-hand side. I really want to put my source code up so that people, anyone who's interested, can look at it, along with instructions on how to get it running. Which means, let's go over here. I think I'm just parroting what I said here. I believe that it's time to put the source code for my game project up on a GitHub repo. And GitHub should be capitalized, I guess. This should include instructions to build and run. At a minimum, let's highlight the line that I'm on. There. My highlighting is very minimal because I don't want it getting in the way. I could just do this. Instructions to build and run. At a minimum, you'll need Clang, SBCL, Common Lisp, Emacs, and Sly or Slime. You can run the code without Emacs or Slime. It's just not very convenient. And you'll also need make. Can you make, I guess? Okay, so unfortunately, I have to select some sort of license because I don't want people to steal my stuff. I mean, they can steal it. It's just they can't steal it and make money off of it. I guess closed source. That's not what I want. So even though there isn't much code, I prefer my work isn't stolen. So tonight's stream will cover various licenses. I'm down here. I'm not going to read the rest of this. Okay, so, and as I mentioned, the other topic I'm going to cover is how I use org static blog. So I use GitHub Pages. I'm not going to explain how GitHub Pages work, but basically, oh yes, I guess I have to say this. I only answer questions in chat which are relevant to this live stream. Thank you. Okay. Where was I? We're gonna make a blog post. Oh, GitHub Pages. Yes, basically you just create a repo. The instructions are on GitHub. It's pretty simple. You push to it when you have something new. But I will also go through a little bit configuring org static blog. Let me bring that page up. Where are you? Org static blog. I should have put a link here in the description. It's very simple. You tell it you want to, I'm not going to read all this. You tell org blog you want to create a new post. It asks you for the name. You write some org mode text, save it, and then you tell it to publish, and it creates a bunch of HTML for you. And then you commit your changes, which include the HTML. Commit your changes to your GitHub repo, local GitHub repo, and then you push them up to your GitHub repo. Not GitHub local. I mean Git local, and then you push them up to your GitHub repo, which we're going to do right now. After I explain a little bit of configuration. So let's see, it's R. Okay, so let's see, X plus. There. Okay. Let's go down here to this use package. I don't believe there are there is any configuration that is in here that isn't included, that isn't part of the org static blog package. So you just tell it which directory your org mode files are located in. That's right here. Let's highlight line. You give the blog a title. I think I've overridden that. Yes, because that's not a static. That's not an org static. Oh, neither is this. These two are mine. I was probably going to pull these out and put them somewhere else. Anyways, org static blog publish title is I set it to empty from right here. The publish URL is the same directory as the org mode files, so that's why it's /. And then the published directory. Okay, so I suppose that this publish URL could be off. Could be any URL, but that's not going to work with GitHub pages. So I have it copy the HTML. I have it put the HTML right in the same directory right here. Okay. Blog post directory, and why do I have a concat there? Because I had something else in mind when I configured it, and I forgot about it. Should be this. Oops. Okay. And then there's a drafts directory. I don't know much about drafts. I haven't used drafts. It might actually be useful. You can enable tags. So like at the beginning of each org mode or org file that it creates for you, when you want a new post, you can put some tags there, and then it'll put the tag, this package will put the tags in the HTML. I do not export with table of contents. I never intended these posts to be very long. Section numbers, yes. So that means, what does that mean? Well, that means each one of these org mode sections, like right here, when the HTML is created, it will put a number in front of that. And subsections, I believe, have subsection numbers. Page header. I could probably use this. I do the page header. I don't really use the page header. Everything is on one page, almost. Not quite. It breaks it up into some arbitrary number, and then it'll show you there will be 5 posts. Well, let's go there. So everything, basically the blog URL with GitHub Pages is your username.github.io. Okay. So there's one post that was day before. That was Monday or whenever. Then we have another post, and then another, and so on and so on and so on and so on, and then it says other posts, and then so it breaks it up into some arbitrary number on one page, and I guess the page header occurs if you go to other posts. You'll have the same page header. Oh no. Maybe not. Anyways, I don't have to worry about that because I just, there's a page preamble. And what's the difference between page preamble and page header? I don't know exactly. But page preamble works out much better for me. And so page preamble, what is that? Let's go back here. Let's view source. So this is just put at the beginning of each page, and what I have is I have, well, let's look at it. I have this graphic, I have this subtitle, and then I have a horizontal rule. And then after that, let's go back to the source. All of this CSS is mine, and yes, I like Rebecca Purple. Okay. And so that CSS I just showed you, that is right here. Not much to it. And then there's a post preamble text. I have no idea what that is. If I wanted post preamble text, I would just stick it right here in the preamble. I have a lot of difficulty sorting through these names in static blog because they sound similar to one another. Postamble, post preamble, preamble. Yeah, there are others. Postamble I use though, and so what I like on my, I'm sorry, I don't want to go to an Emacs buffer. I want to go here. So I used to just write end and then dash dash dash, which creates a horizontal rule when you export org mode to HTML. Now it's just automatic. And I had some problems with the 10 dashes because sometimes it would place a horizontal rule here. I guess I could, in the wrong place, even though I had it, actually I had my end right here before footnotes. And then I wanted to move it after the footnotes, which, what does that look like? Well, here's the org mode text for this post. And so what I would do is I would say, you know, what, something like this. And then that tells org mode to create a horizontal rule. And I thought, well, let's just, and I did that for every post, on every post. And then I decided that, well, maybe I want that down here. And what happened is, for reasons I do not understand and I did not want to go into, this horizontal rule wound up around here. It's the wrong place. Why would I didn't say I wanted a horizontal rule between footnotes, but that's where I got it. So what I did was I just go back here. I use this variable, which just puts an H3 end and then a horizontal rule, and you can see this somewhere. Sorting through all this. Well, right there. Yeah. So H3 end, new line, horizontal rule. Okay. So let's. How does all this work? No, XS. Well, so here's some text. That's text for tonight's stream. I know I'm not facing the camera because when I put the camera on this monitor here that I'm looking at, it interferes. There's a very narrow border around my monitor. Here, I'll show you this secret. So there's this monitor, and you can see right here. Where's my finger? Maybe you can see. I'm having a hard time pointing this thing. There's a nice big border here, so the little clippy thing on my camera won't interfere with the actual content of my monitor. But right here, there's no border, so I mean very little, and so the camera would be hanging over my index. That's why I think I moved it around a couple times. So that's why I'm not facing the camera. I suppose I could put it down below the monitor. Well, we could try it. Let's see. And I don't really like people looking at so we're just going to do this. I don't care if you look at my desk. This is my desk. Books, pencils and stuff, a desk lamp, and this thing, which is like a book holder thing, and notes, stuff, calculator, this, and so on. Okay, enough goofing around. Let's get back to what we were doing. Okay, so we're gonna tell org static blog we want to create a new post. So org, and I'm using orderless completion. So it's an org. I can just like static, and then I have it set to do. I have my orderless. One day I'll explain completion styles in Emacs, but basically it's a way for sifting through it's what do you call that? In like when you type stuff in Google and it like tries to suggest. It's not auto suggest. It's like autocomplete sort of. But of course this is Emacs, so it's fancy. Orderless seems to be one of the best. Or the defaults are good, and when you need more power, say regular expressions, you have them. Actually, I'll explain later. So I'm just going to static and publish. There, publish. There it is on the bottom. Org static blog publish. I don't even know what I'm going to call this. What did I call the stream? I can't go there because, and I can't say manage broadcast. I'd like to, let's see, what did I call the stream? Email me if you remember what I called the stream. Free open source software licenses and how, now it's gone. How I publish live stream notes. Okay, we'll go with that for a title. When it asks. Okay, so what did I do? Oh, I published everything. Not published, I'm sorry. Static blog new. Create new post. And the title is FOSS and how I publish lives. And so it says, there's your file name, which is just the date with the title. What happens, I guess, I was gonna get sidetracked on a what if, but I'm not going to. I'm happy with that. Okay, so there it puts the title up there. I wonder if it puts a test description there. That would be very nice because then I wouldn't have to write summary. So I'm just gonna this is a test to be replaced later. Oop, not you. No file tags. I should. And let's just, I wrote this before the stream. Let's just take this and put it over in there. And copy it. And once, okay, so once you create your org mode file, then after saving, then you say publish, and it'll generate HTML. Let's do this. Long file names. Okay, I'll leave the file. I'll leave the file names alone, or I'll leave the window text size alone. And so, did we publish this? No. Okay, so you see that. Let's do this. Let's have it regenerate all the HTML. So You're telling me you couldn't find, okay. There. So we'll delete all the HTML. So I don't know what archive is either. Some other time. Yes, we'll delete all that. Okay, and so now we'll run publish. And now you see that the HTML is back. What it does is it does like a comparison if the org mode has a later date than the corresponding HTML, then it will regenerate that. Okay, so we just published. I'm not going to, oh, by the way, normally I set a hourglass. I'm not going to do that tonight. We'll just keep going for 20 minutes. When did I start? Well, how long have I been going? 23 minutes. Okay. Okay. And so we can, there you get to see my desktop, my other desktop. Then we just, where is it? Where is index.html? Are you kidding me? It's always generated index.html. And now today it decides not to. Why? Oh, that's why. Because I have some footnotes I have to add. So yeah, here, let's talk org mode. I have, let's use the wonders of Emacs. Let's use Emacs to its fullest potential. There's like a highlight, HL, highlight regexp. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to highlight my my footnote references, and then so I can see them as I create the footnotes. There's one problem though, is that I have not everything in square bracket. Well, you'll see. Highlight regex, and regex to highlight is going to be just this, followed by one or more of anything, followed by another bracket, and which highlight, and it says what color do you want to use? Highlight yellow? Wait a minute, why is it restricting me to highlight yellow? I want blue. Hi, there. Is there a purple? No. And then there's a highlight, or there's like a bold version of each. Let's just go to highlight, highlight blue. Okay, so these are extra here, because those are like when you quote something, you put ... in square brackets. It means I left some stuff out. Okay, so let's the footnotes. And we don't need to say footnotes. We just FN and then SBCL in case. And where is SBCL? Let's get a URL for that, which stands for Steel. Yeah, let's go. Steel Bank. Or we could insert a link and then just Steel Bank Common Lisp. Steelbank Common Lisp. Where are you? sbcl.org. Okay. And then we go to org link, org insert link. That's why it's called orderless, because if I type link and insert, it like matches the different terms in any order. Org insert link. Use. It's going to be a URL. Let's see. Select from these. Is there like a URL? Not HTTPS. HTTP. Okay. sbcl.org. No completion support. Description. I honestly think that it's easier to, yeah, let's, and let's change that because it's well, it'll be the same color anyway. Okay. Anyways, I think it's easier just to type the links in using format. So if you go into turn off all that, all you need to do is type your URL and then the description. But easier than going through a list of completions. We're going to get back our highlights. Nope. Okay. Next. Sly. Okay, so let's find the URL for Sly. It's a fork of slime. Slime stands for Superior Interaction. Wait, that's a Superior Lisp Interaction Mode for Emacs. Sly. Let's do this. Yeah, we'll do that. Now, I should warn you that sometimes when I copy text outside of WSL in Windows, and then I copy it into Emacs, Emacs crashes sometimes, sometimes not. So we may be looking at a crash here. Footnote for Sly. And I am just going to, oh look, that worked. And what does Sly stand for? Sly Common Lisp IDE. Is it an IDE? I guess. Okay, and then Slime, which is very similar to Sly. I'll just type Emacs Slime. Superior Lisp is it? Well, it's not. I think Sly is superior at this point. Maybe. I mean, they keep updating this constantly, so it might be better. But I found that the using inspectors in Sly is friction-free. Superior Lisp. I think that's what it is. Is that what it really is? Oh, it's the superior. Okay. There. And what else? Code Academy. Okay, so I have to grab the URL for, I have a bunch of quotes from Code Academy. Did I read through this? I kind of. I think this is a good starting point for open source choosing one, because they start at the top. The top being copy left or permissive. Okay, so footnote. Okay, well, how do footnotes work in email or in org mode? I should tell you. Let's turn off the highlighting because it's getting in the way. Okay, so references look like that. Okay, references, Butterfingers. References look like the purple there. And so it's just FN for footnote, FN colon for footnote, and then you give it a name. This is my preferred method. There are other methods in org mode for creating footnotes. This is the way I like to do it. You can have them auto-numbered. Well, actually, these are auto-numbered. But you can do numbering yourself, or you can have the numbers appear in the buffer. It'll sort of read the org mode guide. Then, through the magic of org mode, at the bottom of your document or wherever, you put the same. You put what looks like the reference, and is it at the bottom? I believe it's at the bottom. Let's look it up. Footnotes. Footnote started with a marker and square brackets. Okay, so the actual footnote appears in column 0. So what if you have so you'd better not have any footnote references. Okay, so footnote definition, the actual footnote itself, occurs in column 0, no indentation. And a footnote reference, I suppose, must not occur. They call them footnote markers. Must not occur in column 0, so you just put a space in front of it or something. Okay, so that's how it knows. Anyways, through the magic of Emacs, org mode, it figures out the numbering and generates the HTML and all that, and makes each number a link, and so on and so on. Anyways, what is this? Choosing an open, or we'll put this here. So okay, and should I put Code Academy? Yes. Did I lose my text? No. I have Butterfingers tonight. Code, they call lowercase Code Academy, and I can't put a box around it, so. Okay, so when you generate, you export to HTML, which is what org static blog does. So another thing about org static blog that I didn't mention is yeah, it weaves all of your org mode files. Say like, right, well, it's, since we're into highlighting a regular expression, .org as the do yellow this time. So it takes all your org files. This up here is not an org file because it doesn't end in org. I should have put a $sign on the end of my regex. And weaves them together into the format, proper format for your blog. So you work with org mode files, and static blog will put them all together for you. Back to this. So I'm going to save this. No changes need to be saved. Now we can publish this, which means generate the HTML. Okay, wrote this, and it probably, well, let's see what messages we have. Did it, yeah, okay, so it wrote the index, and other things. So now, let's see what it looks like. 5, there's our index HTML, double click it. This is all local on my file system, and there's the post. Some formatting needs to be, oh, is that ugly or what? What did I do? Why is my, okay, I need to fix this because not now, later, because my, for some reason, my, my inline code formatting, so I don't know what I did. This stuff, the green, that means use monospace or format it like code. And for some reason, right now, it's turning out small. May very well be a browser setting too, but I'm not going to go through this. We'll just live with it. Okay, so there's so I have a big quote, and I'm going to indent that so I can see it. And does it put any formatting? Yes. Let's do this. Okay. I'm not going to finish this blog post. Let's put that bold. Put that in bold. Should this be in italics? Yeah, let's do this in italics. And let's take a look at it. It is this is one of the problems with markup is like the constant urge to see what it looks like. Unless you're writing something that's really long, then you don't do that very often. But let's see what it looks like. Publish, and we go here. F5. Okay, looks great. And I would like the actual quote to be in italic, like most people do quotes. So this, if you use org static blog much, you'll find yourself tweaking CSS. And let's see what this looks like. I don't know if I'm going to get to licenses tonight. Skip, whatever that is, I don't want to watch it. And I don't want to watch that either. I don't know if I'm going to get to licenses tonight because I am at 44 minutes. Maybe tomorrow morning. Which is fine because I find the subject dreadfully boring. Okay. We want to find out what this, if there's some sort of div or whatever is in here. and then maybe we can fidget with the formatting. Block quote, excellent. Block quote. Guess what? No, we're not going to print. Cancel. We're gonna modify it. We're gonna do a little CSS for a block quote. Okay. So if you use yeah, if you use org static blog, you will find yourself monkeying around with CSS, because, or actually if you use org mode HTML export, you'll find yourself monkeying around with CSS also. But I don't do that, because actually the default CSS isn't, or I'm sorry, default HTML isn't that bad. So let's change this. QOT. Okay, and I have no idea if there's like a text style. Let's see what Yandex has to say. CSS italic text. Just try that. HTML block quote styling. I'm afraid, you know, when I go to Yandex, I'm just so afraid to click on any link. Font style italic. There we go. Margin, okay, the margin left we don't care about. Font style italic. Okay, now we have to reevaluate this set queue so that static blog knows about it. And let's go back here, and we'll do this. We'll say, well, I can't zoom in on my mini buffer. Can I? Look at that. Oh my. You can zoom in on the mini buffer. That is pretty cool. Okay. And it doesn't remember it. Okay. Okay, so, but that's okay. There. Oh, this totally doesn't work. Okay, I would say don't do that. Or maybe it's because of my butterfingers. Let's just run a shell command. Shell command so that this will regenerate all the HTML. Org static blog. Succeeded with no output. And publish. Go back here. See what we got. Look at that. Excellent. Very good. Very, very good. I like that. I don't like this. I don't know what happened there. I'll fix that later. Okay, our footnotes are there. Nice. We go to Steelbank Common Lisp. Takes us there. Okay. I don't really care for the footnote numbers. In fact, I really don't care. I don't like footnote numbers being a different line than the actual definition, but there didn't seem to be any easy fix for that, and I don't want to wind up wasting my time, so I'll just live with it. there's a way you can edit the link. Just do that. Okay. So now what? Well, how do we get it up on? Because let's go to GitHub Pages. Where are you? Let's just replace this. Also, Yandex. I like Yandex because the search results are somewhat more relevant than Google. Google is kind of deteriorated, but it opens a new page, so you get so many tabs. It opens a new page when you click on a link. Maybe there's a way to set it, not do that, but I'm not going to monkey with that now. So we don't need this. And if we go to you'll see that it doesn't look like this because I haven't pushed changes up. So you don't need to use the Emacs built-in version control. I use it because I don't need something like Magit or whatever they call it. It's fine for me. So so Control X V. Oh no, it's VCDir. So I get a version control Control X plus. I get a directory for version control unregistered. I should put that in my git ignore, and better yet, I should also remove it. But let's just go to the edit. So we have two new files. So Emacs version control expects you to do things in a certain way. It works well enough with Git, but if I were to just say, the way it works is you mark things and then you type V for next action, and it figures out decides what you want to do, which is fine. It always works. And typically, you edit something, and then you hit V. Well, I'm going to show you. Mark everything. I'm not going to, and I'm not going to leave that alone. Now, if I hit V, you'll notice at the bottom it says to me, when applying VC operations to multiple files, the files are required to be in similar VC states. I don't know what similar means, but what it wants me to do is basically do git add. So let's unmark everything. Mark. And then we say V, and it says registering those. Okay, great. And then now we'll mark everything, and now everything's ready to be committed. So we say V once more. It says, give me a description. I guess in the Git world, more than one line of description is considered bad form. You should have a summary and a discussion. So what do we just do? I'll just say 21. Start 21 August. Okay, checks everything in, and then you just say capital P to push, and in a minute or two shortly. This is local, and this is on GitHub.io. And so when GitHub feels like it, I'm hitting refresh here. It'll show up, and presto. Okay, so that takes me to about an hour, and I just don't like to sit here and talk for more than an hour. 55 minutes. So I think I'll fix a few things here. And next stream, which will probably be tomorrow, because it'll be very informal. I'm not going to do 3 hours of research on open source licenses. I'm just going to walk through it on stream. These aren't really educational streams. This is just sort of me shooting the stuff. Okay, so thank you, and I will, if there is anybody watching right now, is there anybody watching? 2 people, one of which is probably me. Anybody watching? I will see you on the next stream, most likely tomorrow.